No matter how many cups you won, no matter how many titles you've defended, or how many dreams you've fulfilled, as long as the fever of playing stays real, the game will never end. RealFevr. Everything else is just fantasy.
Hello, guys. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Miguel Carmo. I'm from Portugal.
And I'm André Viana, also from Portugal. We are here to present RealFevr. RealFevr is a fantasy sports platform that, differently than everybody else here, we really have a product. We have 500,000 users. We are a very mature company, 4 years of existence, and we are very proud of what we did. We have a team of 19 direct employees at the moment. We invested more than $2 million to achieve what we have. In terms of team, because you cannot do a proper company without a good team, we have a great background, gaming, gambling, IT, and nowadays we've also added crypto to our team.
So you ask, what's our core product? So what's a fantasy league? So basically a fantasy league is an e-game where you pick real players from real teams to your virtual team, and their statistical performance in real-life events will run through our algorithm and create a score. And basically, the sum of the scores of those players will combine to the score of your own team, your own virtual team. And so so many things in life, whoever gets more points wins. Currently, we are presenting to all our user base bands of over 500,000 users, as I told you. We are presenting European Cup clubs competitions in the Portuguese Cup, the Spanish Cup, the UEFA Europa Cup, and the UEFA Champions League. We're also presenting South American clubs competitions in the Brasileirão, which is the Brazilian league, and Copa Libertadores, which is basically the Champions League of South America. And we also performing international competitions. 2 years ago, we performed the UEFA Euro, where we had 6,000 teams. This year, we are performing the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, where we came from 6,000 teams to 240,000 teams registered and playing right now as we speak.
Well, we have a great company, a great team, great product, as Miguel said. But having all this, we also need a good business model. And for this, we try to go for a strategy where we can both work on business to business and business to consumer. In one side, business to business, we have partnerships with TV broadcasters, as we did this year and last year, where we had TV exposure. This made all the difference, and you could see our TV spot before. This made a lot of buzz, a lot of users, as we said, and also brought us a lot of credibility. So, great add-ons. On top of this, we realized we could add sponsorships for each league. So we have one league, in this case 8 leagues, as Miguel said, but we create the opportunity for brands, like you do in stadiums, to sponsor these leagues. And this gives a great exposure to the brand itself, but also brings us revenues. On the other side, obviously, we need to monetize the thousands of users we have. So we went for the business-to-consumer model. First, we will monetize the users, having premium add-ons, having models, having different leagues for each one, and customizable things. This is, as you usually see, your subscriptions on your phone, paying 50 or 1 euro cents every single month. That's exactly what we are going to do. And the third stage, and where the real money will come, is wagering. That's where we are going, and we will turn the way that you guys can just compete to each other as a pool, or you can just compete to your friend on the cafe. So this is where the big money is coming, and we are going exactly there.
So about the next steps, André, what were you thinking of doing?
Yeah, we did great things so far, but we want to do much more. So next steps is mostly a lot of expansion worldwide, because if we keep spreading to other countries, we will end up having much more users. But while we keep spreading worldwide, people will start demanding new sports. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give them football, but we're also going to give them tennis, basketball, you name it. We can give them everything because our technology is exactly prepared for that. We're going to give them proprietary game modes. What does this mean? I want to have the ability to create my game mode to play with you guys, with my rules, with my ideas, and we're going to give them this. On the other side, we're going to go for tokenization. And this I'll leave with Miguel.
Yes, well, so tokenization of a platform that already exists and that already has 600,000 users almost, it's a much harder challenge than tokenizing an idea or a white paper. Because we have a brand that we have to keep sustainable, and we have our users to where we cannot lose their trust. So the tokenization model that we have cannot jeopardize what we have right now. So what we came up is something that not only assures this, but also allows us to control one other factor, which is very important for someone that wants to be in a platform. It doesn't even have ours, which is the volatility of the crypto assets. Because nobody, if you're not crypto aware, you're not going to understand how markets work and why does my asset goes up so much or goes down so much in such a period of time. So we had to control the volatility of the market within the game. And that's why we created a dual token system where basically we will have a token which will work as a crypto asset and a token that will work as a virtual cash on a platform. And basically the virtual cash on the platform will work like monopoly bills, and that's where people actually is going to use on the platform. These are our diagrams. You can look it on the internet and look a little bit further. We don't want to give you headaches about this. We want really to just have a real idea about our product. So basically, from all those diagrams that you see, well, the most important things are the first token works as a crypto asset. The second token works as a virtual cash on the platform. And the purchase of Fevr cash will only be able to be done using Fevr coin. So when you're using Fevr coin, the crypto asset, the volatility is killed between them both. Meaning that if the crypto asset goes up, you will need less crypto assets to buy Fevr cash. Or if the crypto asset goes down, you will need more Fevr coins to buy Fevr cash. But the Fevr cash remains stable to fiat in the platform. So if you wager $10, which is equivalent to 10 Fevr cash, you will have 10 Fevr cash later. You will not have a crash and end up with nothing. So about the token, the ICO we're doing. We're doing it, and I don't think this should be something that people shouldn't be able to say on a stage like this. We're doing it to raise funds. That's why you do most of the ICOs that I know, raising funds. And we need to raise funds for one thing. We need to raise funds to be able to perform the roadmap that André was talking to you about that will lead us to wagering. But what did we try to do, and what did the two-token system solve for us? Not only solved for us the volatility issue, but also created a way for us to really give value to the people that help us right now. And how is it? Assuming that Fevr coin is the only way you can buy Fevr cash, and assuming that is limited, and assuming that we have 600,000 members right now, the members that we're going to have in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year time, they all will demand Fevr cash. But there's only way to get it, through Fevr coin. So as long as the user base grows, and as long as more people want to buy Fevr cash, they will have to buy Fevr coin. Otherwise, they will not be able to perform on the platform. What are we looking at the moment? Andrea, you want to pick it up?
Yeah. Miguel said that one of the reasons all the ICOs are done is for funding. On the other side, that's exactly what we are not doing here. What we are looking here are strategical advisors and partners that can help us do this, the best ICO in town, you know? Because I see a lot of ICOs, I see a lot of good ideas and great white papers, but we are doing an ICO on a proven product. But we want to create the conditions to have the best. And that's why we invite you guys to help us in the best way you can to make this reality.
Yes, basically that's it. We want you guys to look at our project, look at us, reach us, talk to us, see what projects that your guys working on that can really come to us and combine with us, and let's build better projects. Let's build better strategies. So when time comes to go to funding, because as you know, RealFevr is a sustainable company, as we told you before, when that time comes, we want to have a better project, an even better project. And that's really what we're looking at. I don't know if you guys want to see our video. It's going to be a world premiere, so just hit it, please.
And
this is going to be our ICO video.
Meanwhile, I would advise you guys to just download the app.
RealFevr. Our story began 5 years ago when a group of nerdy friends cooked up Excel spreadsheets for their fantasy leagues. With time, we've moved from spreadsheets to a website, and by word of mouth alone, we reached a few thousand users. That's when our hobby turned into what RealFevr is today, a fantasy sports company with a top-rated platform for desktop, iOS, and Android, made to deliver the thrill of national and international leading soccer competitions to over 500,000 users. And our game has just begun as we're turning to crypto for our next round of growth with a disruptive token approach. It all starts with FevrCoin, our new crypto-backed tokens that anyone can trade for a profit, hold as an investment, or use to buy RealFevr's virtual cash, Fevr Cash. Think of it as game credits you can buy at our platform and use to unlock advanced features to greatly enhance RealFevr's experience. But the best part is that every user buying Fevr Cash at RealFevr will be automatically acquiring Fevr Coins, fueling massive demand for our tokens by extending its reach to all our non-crypto users. It's a groundbreaking dual token model, built to trigger monetization, promote real usage of crypto as currency, push for Fevr Coins demand while ensuring Fevr Cash's stability within the game. We want to expand our footprint globally and across all major sports in the world. We want to continue partnering with top media broadcasters and institutional partners to reinforce our positioning as a fantasy sports powerhouse. We want to push for gamification with wagering, premium add-ons, and social features that will amp the thrill of playing at RealFevr. And because Fevr Coins will be limited in supply, its value will grow in pace with our success as a platform to the benefit of our community, players, partners, and investors, allowing us to supercharge these ambitious plans. We are on track to tackle all these challenges, but Fevr Coin will speed up our way to take the lead in this billion-dollar industry. Let's spread this fever to millions of fans who, like us, won't settle for less than the best, most accurate, and immersive fantasy experience possible. Come along and join the fever. Everything else is just fantasy.
Our design team is great, huh? Come on, you have to say it. Okay, so basically, and to end this, these are the main ideas we want you guys to bring home and think about it. First, we are established and successful company. You can download our app right now. Go to Google Play, go to App Store, search for RealFevr, download it, 4+ ratings, you can play. This is a totally different mindset. Use our product. We are not telling you to use it tomorrow, use it today. And you have the World Cup, so it's kind of easier to do it right now. Second, we are looking for strategical partners. We want everybody that can help us to come along and do whatever it takes. We are here. We're going to listen to all the good ideas. Everybody that wants to partner with us, we are here to do it and make it happen. And third and most important thing, we are not crypto dependent. We, of course, market cycles always have their impacts, but what depends on our company and on our token is demand. And what brings demand is how much engagement people are going to have from here to the future into sports and into fantasy leagues. And fantasy leagues are a $70 billion market in the US. Imagine bringing that to all around the world. So, as football rises up, as NBA rises up, as Formula One rises up, tennis rises up, we will be rising up. Thank you very much for your time. We are RealFevr.
Thank you, guys.
Any questions?
We were kind of hoping there were no questions because this went so good. We wanted to leave, you know.
Yes.
So,
Well, I
please.
have two questions actually.
Go.
The first one is, what are you guys actually doing to find new strategic partners? Are you reaching out actively,
The second.
like communicating with them, sending messages to like or gaming platforms like Steam, for example?
I get that one. What we are doing we already have a ton of strategical partners that are in some way media partners, like Steam, for example. We have the contract with the biggest TV broadcaster in Portugal. And what's happening now, and we realize, is it's not just exposure, it's also a lot of open doors. So we are also partnering, for example, with institutional partners. We are in negotiations with the leagues, the real leagues, to become official. So this is the kind of things we are doing in real life. What we're looking for are, in this situation, is strategical partners for the world, the crypto world. And in this, I'll leave with Miguel.
Yes, because imagine that our business model, as Andres says, goes around having a media partner. And a media partner is very important because we're going to have a benefit situation between us. If anybody can bring us media partners, it's a great help. If anybody can bring us vehicles to improve our ICO, that's even better. If anyone can have some sort of situation, for instance, in terms of sociability, we want to enhance player-to-player interaction. Okay, so what do you have? You have a complete ecosystem of, let's say, a social media network. Why don't we integrate RealFevr in that social media platform? This is the kind of strategical partners that we're looking for, other than funding. You know, it's not always about funding. I think the whole approach for us, for our ICO, is we want the funding. The funding is needed, but we want to provide first. We don't want to be the kind of ICO that promise. We want to say to people, hey, this is what we got. We have this. And if this is a package that is interesting you, then help us. Help us build it with partnerships, with buying our token, with wherever way you can. We just don't want here to be asking for funding because it's not even possible.
Okay.
If you have the money right now, we're not taking it.
It's just, thank you very much. I also really like the fact that you guys are aimed at enhancing the gaming experience.
Of course.
And my second question is about that. Is about the opportunities that will rise when you enable in-game virtual currencies regarding to like the virtual market. For example, adding loot boxes.
New what? I'm sorry?
Adding loot boxes, or for example, virtual football cards that resemble some kind of currency.
All of that is going to have to happen.
Yes.
And why? Because one of the things that will have to happen in this platform, and one of the greatest things about RealFevr is the perfect vehicle for adoption of crypto. And why is it? As you saw in our presentation, users can still use fiat. They can use only fiat on our platform. But all those crypto transfers will occur and all those crypto operations will occur without his interference. But he will be aware because he will win a prize and we will give him some tokens. And you will say, hey, you just won 100 Fevr coins. And you say, what's a Fevr coin? Because I haven't looked. I always paid with fiat. And you'll say, no, just look into it. And then he will know, but listen, if you play straight with Fevr coins, it's going to be cheaper to you. So what he's going to do? He's going to look more into cryptocurrencies. And next, you're going to tell him, hey, do you want to convert the Fevr coins that we gave you as a prize to money? You have to go to an exchange. That's why we want to partner with exchanges too. You have to go to an exchange and use that exchange to convert to fiat. And what we're going to say to an exchange is, hey, you have your marketing, which is done and it's okay, but you have all our users, which are not the target that you're aiming for, because most of the exchanges target either crypto-aware people or just go on Facebook. And you have here people that are eager because it's people that usually play fantasies, also do betting, also play poker, so they are crypto. If you present them crypto, they probably will say yes to, and we can bring all these users back to the exchanges also. So there's so much we can do in terms of those partnerships, and what you were talking about, we used to call it not loot box, but we call it giving back to the market. So the only way we keep the market sustainable is if the Fevr coins go back to the market. If we give back to the market and we keep everybody understanding and having a better comprehension about what a cryptocurrency is. Because everybody's talking about merging the platforms to blockchain. That cannot happen overnight. we can, and it's in somewhere in our roadmap when the technology allows it, maybe we will run all our game on blockchain. But the day that happens, if our users already correlated with a cryptocurrency, if they already use it, if it's already in circulation in our ecosystem, it's not going to be a problem for them that we migrate to whatever platform that we have to. So what we feel that we can be is we can be a vehicle of adoption. You know, we can be a use case, not of a use case in the technological term, but a use case in terms of the business model that you can create around blockchain and about adoption of blockchain for the masses.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gan. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much. Oh, you have one? You just made 2 on the other presentation. I'm kind of scared about the questions you're going to make. Oh, man. Don't give him the mic.
Okay, so you guys were talking about trying to like regionally spread and hit various markets. What's happened so far in regards to your reach in various markets?
You want to go, Andre?
Yeah, it's a good question. At the moment, we are mostly in Europe and South America. We are taking a strategy of attacking the secondary markets that we will penetrate much easier. Our testing phase happening in Portugal. First year with a media partner, TV exposure, and sponsor from PlayStation, which are, by the way, our partners on this project. We reached 1% of the population, which I think can tell you the story behind this. When in a population of 10 million people, you get to 100,000 users in the first year, the idea, I think, is there. People look at the TV, see the game, like it. Go to the platform, have PlayStation prizes, like it. Like the game, like the social exposure. This is working very well. Why not going to all the countries? And that's exactly what we are doing. South America, Europe. One of our targets is also Asia. We are making contacts to go there. But as I said, our strategy goes a lot by having the proper media partner in each country to penetrate it properly instead of just spending thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing. So that's it. Yeah.
Can you pass the mic here?
Sorry,
I can grab for you.
there are no more questions.
One more.
I'm really sorry.
Oh man, he really
You were
wanted to.
screaming.
You can do that offline.
Okay. Guys, thank you very much for your
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.